Hey folks, welcome to Unqualified, the fantasy football podcast that's been fully addicted to TikTok since last week. I'm your producer, Rob Diesendorf, and I'm fully fucking addicted to TikTok. I can't stop watching them. I'm just watching them in the morning when I wake up. I'm making them when I go to bed at night. I'm sending them to my friends. I'm sending 10 to 20 TikToks per minute to my friends. Help. Scott, Sean, please help.
I think, are we just going to ignore the fact that every week for the past 3 years you've been saying that me and Scott sabotage each other for years, but we decided to come together and help you when you're league and make your friends look like idiots, but Scott actually sabotaged you this week in the Hoboken League? Are we just going to just let that, we're just going to waltz right by that and not even talk about it?
No, let's talk about TikTok. I didn't sabotage shit.
You dog.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
Goddamn asshole.
I have the best response to you, because... Go ahead, say what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Scott giving me advice every single week, and then
False.
I get busy, I forget to set my lineup, and then he goes radio silent. Nice.
Okay.
And what are you going to claim? What are you going to claim? Oh, well, I technically didn't sabotage you because I didn't do anything.
I'm not going to claim anything.
Being passive is also sabotage, you hooer.
I'm not going to claim anything, but there's a lot to unpack here. I guess there's not a lot to unpack. Football, Rob. Hey, Rob. Football is every Sunday at 1 o'clock. That's just when it is. It's just every Sunday at 1. 1 o'clock on Sundays is when football happens. You. No, it's for everyone. You too. So football lineups, fantasy football based on football starts at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
There's also Thursday night games.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. I know the schedule.
Okay, hold on.
I know the schedule.
I have a question for you. If you and I are working at the same company, and we start at 8 a.m., both of us,
you'd be fired.
No, hold on. Fired for what? If I'm waking you up every day, just out of the goodness of my heart, to go to work, which you already have to do, and you know you have to be there at 8, and then one day I forget to do it, or just don't do it,
quote unquote.
Or just don't wake you up, and you're pissed at me. How's that my fault?
Because you got used to the routine. I got used to the routine. Yeah. Don't try to wiggle your way out of this with a creative argument.
Why would I try to sabotage my own team?
I honestly think
everybody knows what happened.
I honestly think you're both horribly wrong here, and it was just heartless, almost as heartless as Kool-Aid Man eviscerating the Cheetos Cheetah in the finals of our mascot tournament challenge.
R.I.P. This one hurt.
Oh, it's a gut punch. And Chester, my sweet Chester, we miss you, and it was a good run.
I think I miss Burger King more, but I miss Chester. It's like 1A to 1B.
Hats off to the Kool-Aid Man. I mean, I don't even know if he has arms, but he won.
He's made of glass. Why didn't no one ever address that?
I think he just body slams.
He's made of glass.
He's like Snorlax in Pokemon. Body slams.
I really sort of, I think I wonder if our audience purposely did this.
I mean, maybe did we hype him up too much? I mean, that might be part of it.
Chester, we hyped the Cheeto Boy up a lot.
Cheeto Boy.
He was obviously our pick, and now I really think that the audience is rallying against us.
So it was reverse, like whatever we want.
Unsubscribe.
Whatever we
You don't
wanted.
even leave reviews.
So it's like George Costanza.
What good are you?
Today? Oh my
Just
God.
get out of here, you stupid dumb animals.
On that note,
I'm on one today.
Yeah, because your team lost this week. Anyway, all tournament team.
God,
let's talk about the all. Like they give out all-star awards. What's our all tournament team, Sean and Rob? What do you think?
You got to have the champions in there. Kool-Aid Man. I would still throw Chester in there. The Green Giant, whether we like it or not, had a great run this tournament.
He did.
The Burger King, one of the fan faves. Couple other all tournament team guys. I would say Aunt Jemima, Paul Newman, and then some mascots I wish could have made it, like the Trix Rabbit, Mr. Peanut. In our hearts, those are wins, but.
They should have been.
They didn't fare so well.
Should have been all tournament team. Tricks Rabbit and Mr. Peanut, and even Colonel Sanders should have been primo A1 on that list. I think talk about like Cinderella storybook run. Aunt Jemima's got to be up there.
Yes,
like she was under the radar. Round 1, no one thought anything of her. Round 2 was like, all right, got lucky. Round 3, which was I guess quarterfinals, she was there to stay and got pretty far.
Like, wait a minute, this is a real thing here. Final 4, she made it to the shirt, and that's fantastic.
It's like Wichita State making it to the Final 4 or something with Cleanthony Early a couple years ago.
Hell yeah. I mean, again, she ended in disappointment, and I would throw out the most disappointing tournaments overall. I gotta say Uncle Ben might be up there. Come on, I expected more from this guy. Tricks Rabbit, another upset. And then in terms of a couple favorites, like Green Giant and the Burger King, like they honestly should have been the final matchup, but
Burger King definitely.
No, the Green Giant, no.
I think it was disappointing to see how far the Green Giant actually went, because it was like, all right, this guy's a fraud. We know it. Like, this is disappointing that he's knocking out. I think he knocked out Colonel Sanders, like a couple other people. I'm pretty sure he beat Burger King too. That was disappointing. Just all in all, Tricks Rabbit. The Tricks Rabbit never loses to Nesquik Rabbit. That's a disappointment. That doesn't happen.
I don't know. I'm disappointed with this whole thing. Unsubscribe.
I'm not disappointed with the amount of responses we got. It was awesome. We
did have some awesome matchups. We had some epic round 1, round 2 matchups. We had the Chick-fil-A cow over Uncle Ben, maybe the upset of the century. The Green Giant over the Burger King. That was like a marquee matchup, and they were close enough that it was riveting until the end. And you know what? I honestly, I don't love the fact that the Kool-Aid Man won, but I can live with it. I'm just happy it wasn't somebody else. Someone else green.
Mm-hmm. Here's the last thing that wasn't really discussed, was that the winner of this whole bracket thing is going to face off against the ultimate food mascot.
The Chihuahua?
Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
The Taco Bell Chihuahua.
How did we forget
the final boss?
Oh, yeah. For the final boss.
So it's Kool-Aid Man versus the Chihuahua. The Taco Bell Chihuahua?
Yep. This is honestly the battle of the century.
Dear God.
And I swear to God, if you don't vote for the Chihuahua, I'm ending this podcast. I'll delete our account. Everything is going in the toilet, okay? There's no way the Taco Bell Chihuahua is losing. If you vote against it, I'm going to somehow block you from subscribing to this podcast, okay?
And we don't want your review? Is that what you're going to say next?
I don't even want I don't want you.
Oh, man.
Really deep burns there. You went all off.
Whew. All right. Well, we're just gonna table that for now. I would say one other thing. One guy I want to spend more time with in the future, Frito Bandito. I think he might be a future All-Star when we do this tournament. Revisit it a little bit. He was how you won a first round matchup, got overmatched in round 2, but he showed some promise here. I know Rob's shaking his head. He's not a big Frito Bandito guy, but
what's up with your what's the scowl?
No.
Why not?
No.
Good reason. He
is upset about this fantasy football weekend. I can tell. It's dripping into the rest of this podcast. And
should have set your team then.
I'm here for it.
Should have set your lineup then. You're going to be so pissed.
Let's move on.
Let's move on to who went off. Everyone against our teams. I think points against is just disgusting this year. But in all seriousness, Lamar Jackson became the second quarterback in NFL history besides Big Ben in 2007 to have a perfect passer rating, which is 158.3, multiple times in one season. So everyone spouting like, he's just a runner, he's just a running back, can't throw it. He's the second quarterback in NFL history to have a perfect rating twice in a year. So. And
that touchdown run was my favorite play of the year, maybe the last couple years. Boy, is this guy electric. He's must-see TV right now, and he's outpacing Pat Mahomes and obviously Kyler Murray and some other guys that did go off, but just can't match this guy on a weekly basis right now.
Yeah, unreal. Some guys that have been doing it all year: Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, consistent performers this year. Melvin Gordon is starting to come on. He's been getting steadily more and more touches every week, and the past 3 or 4 weeks, he's actually had at least 10 fantasy points, I think, off the top of my head. I don't see the stats right now, but he's been doing really well.
Yeah, and congrats to people that bought low on him. Great buy the dip moment for you. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Another guy that you might have bought the dip on or even just picked up off waivers, depending on your league size, Christian Kirk.
We told you to.
Welcome, my friend. Oh, my God. What a game back from injury.
Wow.
He's here to stay. He might be the prime beneficiary of this air raid offense. All systems go on this guy. I think he's like a low-end wide receiver 2 the rest of the year, just based off this 1 week. I'm in. Christian Kirk, welcome.
Hey, we told everyone to buy low on him like 4 weeks ago. He got hurt, but this is what you were buying low on. Golden Tate, Darius Slay, I don't know how they're doing it, but Danny Dimes is looking pretty good. 4 touchdowns in 2 of his last 3 games, albeit against pretty bad defenses, but still, are we buying Darius Slay? Like, if he's out there, are we picking him up? I think you kind of have to.
I don't even know his actual name. Like, is it because Darius Slay is the guy on the Lions, but it's like Darius Slayton or something on the Giants?
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
wrong.
He's having a better year than Odell Beckham Jr. That's what I'll say, and that's strange to me, but that's where we're at in 2019. I'm not buying it long term. You're not going to play the Jets secondary every week, so I'm not in on it. Tyreek Hill, though, Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, I'm buying those guys because they are as advertised.
Mark Andrews, Kyle Rudolph, Travis Kelce. Kyle Rudolph, we said this last week, multiple catches, 3 to 4 catches in the last 4 weeks, and 2 touchdowns, which we said he was going to have a good game this week, so we were spot on about that. Do you want to say it? What it's time for?
It's almost time.
Almost
December. Rudolph the Red Zone Reindeer. He's a little bit early this year, but
yeah.
I keep hearing people want to put the Christmas decorations out, before we even get to Thanksgiving. So maybe that's just him following the trend. I don't know.
I think he's following protocol. Pittsburgh defense, Baltimore defense, 2 used to be amazing defenses. Micah Fitzpatrick, since he got traded there, they were 0-2. They're now 5-4, so they've been 5-2 with him. He has multiple interceptions, multiple forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, multiple touchdowns, pass deflections. I think he has 8. He's like defensive player of the year caliber this year. It's crazy.
And think about what an impact Laramie Tunsil's had on the Texans. And we saw Kenyon Drake a couple of weeks ago, like almost go off or almost win the game for the Cardinals against one of the best teams in the league. I mean, go trade for the Miami players or go pick them up. I mean, I'm not talking about us as fantasy players. I'm talking about NFL teams. Just go poach that roster because as soon as those guys leave Miami, they're going to be
they're happier,
much better players. And Micah Fitzpatrick is no different. I'd also like to just wrap this up. Who went off with Harrison Buttkicker? Nice week, my friend.
Great week. Number 1. Who got hurt? Devontae Freeman. We're not even going to talk about him. Are we picking up Brian Poole? His backup?
No. Nope.
Marshawn Lattimore and Patrick Peterson, 2 of the top shutdown corners, are also hurt. Got to check their status if you're thinking of playing
good for fantasy
wide receivers against those defenses, so like New Orleans or Arizona defenses. Check that out. League-wide trends. I mean, we got 4, in my opinion, 4 frontrunners for MVP, but they're also 4 of the best quarterbacks like moving forward. Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson.
Yep. I would say it's still Russ 1, Lamar 2, Deshaun 3.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think Pat Mahomes is a distant 4 just because he missed a couple of games, but I don't know. I mean, that's such a fun foursome of quarterbacks, and I can't wait to watch them work every week. I actually own 2 of them, so I'm feeling good about that. All right, let's get into some of our recap segments for Week 10. We're going to start this week, just like every other week, here with our bad haircut fantasy regret of the week. And Scott, I'm ceding control of this to you because I feel like this one's a little bit personal. A little bit on the personal side for you.
Oh, it's personal, and I'm pissed. I'm royally pissed. fantasy regret of the week, the bad haircut play of the week, is playing David Johnson. So, weeks 1 through 6 look like a top 5 pick, as he should have been. Week 7 gets hurt, no problem. Out week 8, okay. Out week 9, all right. Week 10, come back, and 6 touches to 16 for Kenyon Drake, about 5-6 yards total, benched in the fourth quarter because he fumbled the ball in the third quarter. So this is the haircut that you thought would be good, but ended up that no one else thinks it's cool anymore. I'm going to liken this to the slicked back, really greasy, jelly hair.
Oh, I'm cringing.
Maybe in like the 80s it was like grungy and you thought it was cool, and if you have that nowadays, it's like that was a while ago, man. I don't know if David Johnson's best days are behind him, but I'm pretty pissed.
That's expensive maintenance too. All that gel, the mounds of goo in your hair. Oh,
yep,
not fun.
And a high draft pick is very expensive.
Look at that, making segues all over the place. Yeah, I mean, I think you probably still got to play him next week, unfortunately, but
yeah. Yep.
Oh, it sucks, and that's clearly becoming more and more of a passing offense. We just saw Christian Kirk go off, so it's kind of one of those things. Like once you have that haircut, you gotta ride it out, I guess, because it's too.
You gotta
early
ride it out, or maybe cut it off.
Exactly, it's too early to admit defeat here. But yikes, I totally agree. And let's.
There's no handcuff either. That's the problem. Sorry, there's no handcuff for him.
Yeah,
like Kenyon Drake's not on waivers. You can't just pick him up. Chase Edmonds probably is because someone dropped him. Maybe because they're so pissed off about him. Well, he's coming back in like 2 weeks after their bye too. It's a mess. It's a mess. All
right, what else is a mess here? Let's turn on the music. Hashtag cancel a player this week. I think we've done this guy already, but Devontae Freeman. There's always one guy every year that I pick and I instantly regret, and then it grows on me, and he's that guy this year. So if we haven't already, I'm pretty sure we have. You are canceled, my friend, and I'm going to throw some Jets receivers out there too. Chris Herndon, Robbie Anderson.
Done.
Yeah, no thanks. It's really more of a product of Adam Gase, honestly. I mean, they were both usable last year and very unusable this year. I have no confidence in Adam Gase to have any fantasy relevance for any player on the entire Jets offense outside of maybe Le'Veon Bell as a high-end running back too.
Ugh, maybe. Sam Darnold's a bye week fill-in. Chris Herndon, suspended 4 games. Their bye was week 3. So he could come back week 6, right? Pulls his hamstring 4 days before the game he was supposed to play.
And now it's
out
10.
for 2.5 weeks. Comes back last week, active, doesn't play, gets taken out of the game. This week, active, 1 catch, 7 yards, breaks some ribs, and he's out for multiple weeks now.
Made of glass.
That's what Chris Herndon's season has been.
I don't even want to talk about him anymore.
That's good.
I don't want to be rude, but I just can't.
Let's move on.
I can't talk about Chris Herndon anymore. Let's look at our beauty sleepers really quick. Lamar Jackson is looking like the greatest beauty sleeper call of all time. And look, it's now 3 years in a row we've told you to pick a top 2 fantasy quarterback before the season started. You're welcome. I don't know who it's going to be next year, but I guarantee we will nail it because we always do. Lamar Jackson, Eckler's, slipping a little bit. Mark Andrews is rock solid. Ito Smith, I guess he's hurt or hurt / not going to be the guy now that Freeman's out, but
yeah,
it was worth a shot. And Hooper over there, Scott, you got to be feeling good about him.
Yeah, feeling good about Samuel. Not so much Darnold and Kalen Ballage. Ballage sucks. He just sucks. 10 carries for 43 yards last week. As a starter, he just sucks. Devin Singletary, get him more work.
Please.
And Austin Hooper's out for a couple weeks, which sucks. But, number 1 tight end so far. Rob, the Browns wide receivers as his quarterback, brutal. Matt Breida, brutal. Sort of. Like, not playing up to his standards. Then everyone else is just rough, besides Bob Wiley.
Oh, man. Better luck next year.
All
right, time to buy the dip. And one of my favorites this week, Queso. Best vehicle for consumption, tortilla chips, or a burrito, ? I'm going to still say it's a tortilla chip, but Queso, let's discuss. Top-notch dip, great football dip. What do you guys think?
I'm putting it on a burrito or a burrito bowl. Like, I know Chipotle made theirs like very natural, and like There's a lot of blowback for it. I don't mind the queso from Chipotle. I don't love it, but to me there's nothing better than like some warm cheese on like a burrito or in a bowl or something where you could dip tortilla chips into your bowl with the queso in there.
Oh my God. I am in agreement with first of all, this dip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can choose one or the other. I will absolutely slam an entire bag of tortilla chips if there's a jar of queso in front of me.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will also slam a burrito with queso. Actually, this is I don't know if everyone knows about this, but the secret menu item from Chipotle, the quesarito. They hate to make it.
They do.
Hate to see it.
They roll their eyes every time.
You love to see it. You love to see it. They hate to. It's a double tortilla. So they heat up one tortilla, they put queso on it, and then they stick another tortilla onto it. So there's a layer of queso between the two tortillas.
So aggressive.
And then they put your burrito in there. Yeah. Is a burrito a burrito until it's a burrito, or is it a...
Say it again.
Can a burrito...
You mean a quesarito?
Oh, my God.
It's like squares and rectangles. Like, not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles.
And not all burritos are quesaritos, but all quesaritos are burritos.
There it is right there. Mind blown.
At what point, similarly to when is a baby, when is a burrito a burrito?
As soon as it's rolled. As soon as it's like wrapped up, yeah.
The moment that it's rolled.
Yep.
Exactly.
It can't be a burrito unless it's... Yeah.
Well, it's tucked in there.
Hold on. No, I think I just answered my own question in my own head.
Because it would be a taco if you half roll it.
Exactly. I was just going to say, what if it's like a taco? You could fully roll... Well, you can't really fully roll those, I guess.
Well, you fully roll a soft taco, it's a mini burrito.
What about the spicy... it's a burrito. Like the thing that you always get, the spicy potato burrito from
No,
Taco
that's
Bell.
a soft taco because it's not wrapped all the way up.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
just
I thought it was.
Spicy potato soft taco, that's the move. And if they rolled it, if they tucked it and they held everything in, then it would be a spicy potato burrito.
Interesting.
But it's not.
So the only difference between like a mostly folded taco and a burrito is like it's just tucked in.
Yeah, it's fully encased in your vehicle for consumption.
Fully torqued,
exactly. And I think that's a pretty thorough discussion of queso right there. This is one of the few things that I would say get the store-bought version. Tostitos queso is electric. That stuff is money.
It is so good, but
you gotta heat
also I haven't even experimented with other quesos. I need to know. And then here is one last thing I'll say is queso or salsa. If you had to choose, one's got to go. What are you doing?
Forever.
One's got to go.
Queso's got to go. Yeah, because there's so many different kinds of salsas.
Just you feel so terrible after you have it. That's the only downside here.
Yeah, it's very filling. I can't have queso. I can't have queso every day. Well, I can't have salsa every day. I can't have queso every other day. I can have salsa every other day because there's so many varieties to it.
Salsa is definitely the healthier option, but
damn,
queso.
Also, I'm going to throw this out there. Our boy, Newman's Own, has a queso. I'm looking it up right now.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And he has a mustache in the picture. It's actually really funny looking.
Oh, that is so on brand.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go cop some of that. Oh, my God.
It looks like it's going to be good.
Well, hopefully you all get out there and eat some queso while you're watching the games this week. Hopefully you're watching this guy go off again. Teams and or players to target, Scott. We agree it might be a little too late to target this guy, but Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
He's a starter. He's a flex, high-end flex for me. If Nick Chubb gets hurt, he's a top 5 running back. He's the same guy he was on the field. He might be a terrible human being that has a lot of work to do, but the guy can play football. So go get him on your team and don't look back.
Yeah. So does Tyreek Hill. It's a moral quandary. If you want to own them, you got to live with whatever moral consequences that you might have with the moral high ground and all that stuff. That was a lot of like word moral in that explanation. Kareem Hunt had 11 touches last week in his first week back. He looked really good. And it was really confusing to like know when to pick him up, because some people drafted him, and then we told people not to, if you remember.
Because I said you're going to be dropping him, and then when people drop him, that's when you want to pick him up.
So you want to pick him up. But like it was like a fine line, because I picked him up like 3 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden Austin Hooper was on a bye, and my kicker was on a bye, Zerline. And I was like, I can't drop either one of them, really. I ended up dropping Zerline, and I had to drop Kareem Hunt for another tight end, and then someone picked him up. This is the week before he came back, because I have Chubb. It sucked. But waiver guys, there's not much out there. I mean, handcuff. It's been handcuffing season for 6 weeks. I will say one little shrewd move this week is it's 3 weeks until playoffs. So look at defenses. Look at your defense and the matchups you have for the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. Patriots have a tough one. Pick up another defense that has good matchups on the off weeks that your other defense has bad matchups.
Yeah, and just throwing this out there as well, if you have the stomach for it, I know this guy's out there on one of your waiver wires. Miles Sanders, maybe Carson Wentz got dropped because he just had a bye week. They have a rough matchup this week, and after that, it is smooth sailing. I'm going down with the ship with the Eagles. If they tank the end of the season, I'm going to lose. But if they do what I think they're going to do, I'm going to get some nice production out of that offense.
Love that. On that note, one quick guy to pick up because he's on a bye this week, so he'll be out there. Jacob Hollister, Seattle tight end. You need tight end help.
I just love thinking about those exceptional colognes that sting the nostrils when I see him making plays out there.
Stings the nostrils 60% of the time. Every time.
Rob's a big Hollister guy.
Big Hollister guy. Thursday night football time. Steelers at Browns. I think in the offseason this would have been a much better sounding game.
Oh yeah.
Steelers are somehow 5-4. I don't get how. And the Browns had a pretty good week last week, beat the Bills, but favored by -3 right now, the Browns are. I think James Conner's coming back at this point. Jalen Samuels is kind of low-key a brutal runner. And having said that, the Browns' defense is bottom half of the league in points against for defense, except for wide receivers. So I would sit the Steelers' wide receivers if you can help it, but play the running backs. What do we think of the Browns' side?
Oh, yikes. Was it the 11 plays in the red zone that resulted in a field goal, Scott? Is that what you're talking about here? Because
that one.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could get Odell Beckham Jr. open if I was an offensive coordinator or play caller. Freddie Kitchens cannot. I know he doesn't really look like the same guy, but that scheme is just out of whack. Like throwing that like pitch play to Kareem Hunt in the red zone, his first game back that they fumbled. I know they didn't overturn that one, but I mean, this is just rough. If they have any sense at all, they will give the ball to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt like 35 times between the two of them. But I just look. This is another week where I just say the coaching matchup is a serious advantage for the Steelers, and for that reason alone, I'm taking them. Even though they're on the road, even though they're playing with the backup quarterback, Mike Tomlin is just going to coach circles around Freddie Kitchens this week.
Yeah, I could see that. Since 2010, Browns are 2-15-1 straight up against the Steelers, 8-9-1 against the spread since 2010. Browns went 0-7-1 straight up in their past 8 games against Pittsburgh, 3-4-1 against the spread. So Steelers 1-5 straight up in their past 6 primetime games played away from Heinz Field, 3-3 against the spread. It's kind of even. I mean, it's stacked against both of them. But Pittsburgh 7-0-1 straight up in their past 8 primetime road games played against AFC North teams. So I'm going to take the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, like you're telling me Minkah Fitzpatrick's not picking off Baker Mayfield at some point? Come on now.
At least once.
Come on.
Yep. Agreed. All right, that does it for Week 10 recap. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for voting on our mascot championship death match. That was fun.
It was a blast, honestly.
We might have
even
something
though you
else
completely ruined the entire tournament.
I had about as much fun doing that as I did, shopping with Rob and Hollister. for our whole childhood because he's such a big Hollister fan.
He's the biggest Hollister guy.
Where is this coming from?
Send us your recommendations for Rob and Hollister for Christmas. He really needs those new
coming
clothes.
from?
He loves those striped rugby shirts, you know, with the white collar. That was a big problem.
That go a little too long on your legs. Yeah.
You know what I really like?
Bradley Cooper and Wedding Crashers.
I love to walk into a cave full of clothing. I love to walk into a dark cave full of clothing and walk straight into a solid wall of cologne.
Well, perfect place.
And don't forget the
them,
sound. It's the deafening sound of I don't even know what band would be playing in there.
You know what it is? It's the
teen indie punk. It's the whatever the fuck it is.
It's the topless male model that's sun-kissed with his jeans, showing his the outline of his crotch that Rob digs. The men's side is it's so inviting.
Hanging out.
They got Death Cab for Cutie playing. They got the model going. They got the cologne going. They got the darkness. They got the
playing
striped
Ruby
rugby
by
shirts.
Kaiser Chiefs.
It's just music to a young Rob.
I was a Hollister model once.
Music to a young Rob Diesendorf's ears.
Oh, you don't believe me?
Did you have your shirt off?
Yeah.
With a beanie hat?
No, I didn't have my shirt off.
Then you weren't a real Hollister model.
Ripped jeans and a beanie.
Yeah.
And flip-flops.
And
no, I
shoes.
didn't wear pants.
No, that's even...
I didn't wear pants.
It's a kid's store, Rob.
They also kicked me out.
I knew there was something like that coming. Oh boy,
because you bought too much.
Oh well, week
I wasn't
10
wearing pants.
Week 10 is come and gone, and I can't believe we're well into the double digits now in 2019.
Yeah,
and Rob's season is over.
Yeah, it was over a while ago. Let's be honest.
Oh, so you're not mad at me anymore?
I'm mad.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. I'm royally pissed.
Pissed. Stay tuned, by the way, for another not a mascot challenge, but something similar.
Yeah, we got some ideas cooking.
But stay tuned.
Hollister model challenge.
Yeah,
bracket.
You would win everything, Rob. We get it. You're the man.
Hollister
my
model
money's
bracket.
on Dutch. I got Dutch.
I got Chet.
I got Crispin.
Hollister sponsor us.
You know there's a Hollister model named Crispin.
We got to get him on the show.
with no vowels in his name.
Crispin?
That's a thick boy.
Me off even more with that apostrophe N.
That boy thick. That's a thick boy.
Thick Crispin.
Well, see you later.